Good morning, third graders. So this week in your Jingle unit, we are going to go through slide 10. So I just wanted to kind of show you. Last week, we talked about different companies and their jingles. And the jingle is the part of the commercial that is sung. So there's always a logo, which is the picture that you see here. And it goes with the company. It's something recognizable that makes you think of that company or, that a product that they sell. The jingle is the part that is sung. It has pitch and it has rhythm. And then there's a slogan, something like "I'm loving it" or "Have it your way" or something that's said. It's just a few words. Commercials always exist to sell you something. The jingle helps you remember the product that they're selling. So we talked about how many jingles you can list in 1 minute and then what those things have in common. This is the list that you should have come up with. There is a rule based on brain science that you can remember 7 things plus or minus 2 in your short-term memory. So these commercials are very much based on that principle. 5 to 9 notes, 5 to 9 syllables. They're easy to sing. They always sound finished because they end on do or high do, and they usually don't rhyme. Sometimes they contain nonsense syllables. So think about McDonald's, da 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 da, I'm loving it. Usually they say the company name, but they don't have to. So think about the insurance companies. Liberty, 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 Liberty. It just says the company name, right? Every kiss begins with K. So K Jewelers. But it doesn't have to. The McDonald's one certainly doesn't. All right, so now it's your turn. You are going to look at these, and hopefully you've looked at these sites here. I'm assuming you're familiar with Google Documents and Google Slides. Canva, you may be less familiar with. It is an excellent site for putting together pretty much any sort of promotional material. So you can do flyers, posters, that kind of thing. You can also put live links into other things. So if you would like to show a YouTube video or play a song or even just a recording of yourself talking, you can put that into Canva. Padlet is an awesome format for collaborative working. Padlet, you can post, it looks like a bulletin board kind of, but you can choose your own pictures to put in there. You can title it, and then you post on your bulletin board or on your Padlet things that are important. And you can also put links to videos and sound files. Jamboard is an interactive whiteboard. So what that means is that you and your team, if you're working with a team, can go into Jamboard and work all at the same time. You can be posting things in live time, and you can see as other people work on there what they're doing. You can post pictures, you can write text in there. Jamboard does not allow you to put videos, links to videos, or live links to any sound files. So that's its own limitation, but it does have really easy to use features. So this was your assignment for last week, was to come up with a company name and a product you're advertising. So if you have not done that, please go ahead and do that for this week. Here's the assignment for week 2. This week, you're going to do a little bit of research. You're going to design a marketing plan for your product. And please remember that you do not need to make this product. So you need to decide on an intended audience. Who do you want to buy your product? For example, if I'm going to sell Pokemon cards, my intended audience is probably going to be kids. It is not going to be 50-year-old adults that are going to buy Pokemon cards, right? In general. How much does it cost? So how much are you going to charge for your product? How much does it cost you to make your product? And with a simple Google search, you should be able to find that out. How much profit are you going to make per product if that's the cost to make it? And you find that by taking how much it costs to make the product and how much you're going to sell it for. All right, you should be having more that you are. So here's the deal. Here's the formula. If I'm going to make a Pokemon card for 30 cents and I'm going to sell it for $1, my profit is 70 cents. Okay, so I take how much I'm selling it for minus how much it costs me to make it, and that is my profit. You're going to decide on your company name. If you're working with a group, your entire group has to agree. You're going to decide on a product name. If you're working with a group, your entire group has to agree. If you have extra time, think about the colors you want to represent your company. Every company has very distinctive colors. Some of them are so distinct that they've patented those shades. So think about McDonald's and Starbucks. If you need help, I have included some psychology in color marketing. That is on this slide. All right. So in general, blue, when we look at blue, we think of down to earth, honest, wholesome, cheerful. When we look at red, we think daring, spirited, imaginative, up to date. When we look at green, we think competence, reliable, intelligent, hardworking, successful. When we look at purple, we think upper class, charming, glamorous, feminine, sophisticated. When we look at yellow, we think outdoorsy, masculine, tough, rugged. So those are just general things, not always true. I will also tell you that orange, we always think of food. And so that's why when you go into fast food restaurants, a lot of times you see orange because the color orange makes us hungry. All right, so this is slide 10. This is where you're going to end this week. So intended audience, your buyers, the cost of the product to make, the cost that you're going to sell it for. So how much you're going to sell it for, how much it costs you to make, and then you're going to take this minus this, and that's your profit, your company name and your product name. And you're going to stop here for this week, okay? So I know you can do it. This is going to be great. We've still got a little more time to work on this, but please stop at slide 10.